Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
And now,
All Bad Podcast.
with your host, Enrique.
K Eats.
Yes, sir.
Taco Thanos.
And
You know my name. It's
Right.
Philly Phil, the one and only.
Hey, well, we're live right now, Philly.
Hey, All Bad Podcast is going down. Work. It's easier that way. Trust me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this? I've been
Are
ready.
you ready?
Stay ready so you never
Well,
have to get ready.
We're live.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Sneak attack.
Always with the sneak attack. I love it. Can we start with the cheers? Because we have a special guest
cheers,
alert. We have a
yes.
special guest alert.
Cheers.
Woo!
We do have a special guest in the building. A little nervous, but
Very nervous.
Why are you so nervous?
I'm still nervous after.
Hold on. Don't be nervous. Ever. Ed? Oh, time out. Let's give him an intro. Ladies and gentlemen, special guest alert. One of our first fans ever. When we first started 35 episodes ago, my boy Ed was giving me nothing but positive feedback about the show. So big ups to my boy Ed.
We're gonna-
All the way from New Zealand was listening to that All Bad podcast and been a dear friend of mine since the day I met him. Actually, no. We're going to have a funny story soon. But I honestly didn't like Ed, but now he's on the show.
Wow.
Came full circle, didn't we?
Full circle. My boy Ed!
If you want to, Philly didn't like me either. Supposedly,
Oh, see?
I showed up to one of his parties and he's like, "Who's this guy?"
Classic.
Little did he know that
Classic Philly? What do you mean classic Philly?
classic Philly, always hating everyone.
That's not classic Philly.
What is classic Philly?
Killing the game.
By hating on everyone.
Because y'all hate on
Well,
me.
welcome, Ed.
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Good.
Memorial Day weekend and you're here.
Yes.
You just got back from EDC.
Back in San Diego.
Yeah.
Back in the country. It's been a while.
Yeah.
The weather's shit, but you know.
Well, how was New Zealand? I've never been.
New Zealand's fucking awesome, man. Honestly, it's there's lots of shit to do out there. It's good times. Honestly, I was there for like a year and a half. I loved every minute of it. Honestly.
So what made you decide just to move out there?
I just wanted to travel, man. So I figured do like a working holiday visa, so I could just work while I travel.
Oh.
So I'm
If
gonna
you
do-
don't know, Ed, tell him where you're from.
Where am I from? I'm from Hemet. Unfortunately.
You know where that is?
Yeah.
I didn't know about
it's
that.
north.
I didn't know about that place.
It's God's shit stain on.
Yeah. Is it north of Temecula or a little bit south?
It's like northeast of Temecula,
Northeast.
yeah.
Okay.
In the middle of nowhere, pretty much.
Yeah. I always see the sign, and then there was like a few people from when I went to San Diego State. They were like, "Oh, I'm from Hemet," and they would have to drive down like
It's pretty shit.
yeah every day. I'm like,
We almost
wow.
went there.
Yeah.
We almost were not there today.
Yeah, you don't need a reason to go there. Honestly. it's bad. Yeah.
It was his.
Unless you want to buy some meth, then we'll go.
Let's go.
Well, what brought
Breaking
you to?
Bad.
So you moved from Hemet to San Diego?
yeah. So
And
I
what-
moved like when I was 21, I think. I moved out here. I lived in PB for a while, but that's wild, you know.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's how we met.
Yeah. So
PB's dangerous. The reason I love PB and hate PB is because of this guy. We went
Really?
out to PB on Thursday and it was terrible.
takes a lot out of you in PB.
It
Honestly.
does. Yeah, I remember my college years. Those Thursday nights, Tuesday nights,
Taco
Friday
Tuesday,
nights,
Jesus.
Saturday nights, Sunday nights.
Every night.
Every night.
Ed was all
always an
about it.
excuse,
This
yeah.
guy would just go in every Tuesday for like every Tuesday for life.
Yeah.
He
Had-
lived
had to
down
get
the
out of there.
street. Tell him about your crazy roommates. He had like this old guy, this old all bad. How old? Tell him about him.
He's like 40 something, 50 something. He's fucking
Always trying to turn up with us.
crazy.
So it'd be like living with Philly.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. It's a little bit less cool, but yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow!
wow.
All right, there we go. There we go. I love it.
Get
So
the hate train running.
there we go. I love it.
All aboard.
All aboard. All bad. He was so mad. He was just like, man, Ed's not a morning person. Just so you know.
Absolutely not.
Well, are you still? What time is it currently in New Zealand?
It's like, so it's like 21-hour difference. So it's almost the same time, but
Wow.
tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty bizarre. You're like in the future, I guess.
Oh
you
my
could
gosh.
say.
What's the? How
My
long does it
boy
take to
Ed
get there by
from
plane?
In the future.
I think it's like 14 hours
Oh
if you
my
go direct, but yeah. it
You're a
was-
long way from home.
It's far, yeah, honestly. I came from India, though. From before I got here, I was in India, and I did
Wow.
a month in India, and that was a mission just to get back. I had a connecting flight, and it was delayed by like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to stay in Turkey for a day.
Wow.
It's fucking random. And then, yeah, I was traveling for like three 3.5 days just to get back home. And then I went straight to EDC, so I'm pretty tired.
This guy.
No, we've talked about it multiple times about Philly's trying to get me to go to EDC.
You should go, man. Honestly,
See? Tell him to go. Tell him why to go.
Life-changing.
Well, what about it?
Life-changing.
It's good, man. Honestly, the vibes are good. Everyone's just there having a good time. The music is amazing, and you just party for like.
What
3
doesn't
days
it like
straight.
start late at night and then it goes into like
Yes,
the
it's
early
like
morning?
sunset to sunrise, pretty much.
Okay,
And then this
there
year,
you go.
it's very intense, but
I'm like asleep. I went to bed at like I looked at it. I was like
After we
last
shot
night,
the music video.
After we did a little music video, and we'll get into that. After that, it was like 11:30, and I'm like, wow, I stayed up late tonight. I think I should go to bed
wilding out. Yeah.
on a Friday night.
on a Friday night.
This guy, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, well, that was the
You have work to do. I know.
I know.
Thank you for making it happen. My man, Enrique over here. Maximum effort.
Wow, so you
Love
must be
it.
really exhausted right now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all catching up to me, but it's fine.
And he went out with me last night and the night before that. So I'm
been
happy he's here right
nonstop
now.
since
And
I
you had to
got
deal
Thank
with
you for making it special
and you, had
guest
to,
alert.
and you had to deal with the crying Philly last night.
Yeah, what? I didn't even know you cried, bro.
Bro, you don't have to
What
say that on the
happened?
podcast. Don't
Oh,
worry.
right.
Whatever.
His
I
job
talk
is very
about all
stressful.
the times I cry.
Well, I don't
It's all
cry.
right.
Why not?
Because
Real-
I'm a
real men
businessman.
cry,
I've
bro.
seen you cry a lot.
What? Never. You never will. Ever.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
it
that's
okay?
awesome. So Philly was telling me that you haven't decided whether or not you want to move back or.
I'm leaning towards staying for the summer.
Okay.
And just working, saving some money, and then going to Australia next.
Nice.
So yeah.
Good eye, Mike.
I was waiting for
No,
that.
I was waiting for that. King of Voices.
Yeah.
We're going to go down under.
Have you done a lot of the touristy things in
Yo.
New Zealand?
This is
Yeah,
the most
yeah,
tourist
so
guy
it's-
you'll ever be in life.
I've
Get
seen
it.
all the Lord of the Rings stuff.
I actually didn't know. So they have Hobbiton, which is where they filmed a bunch of it, but I didn't go to Hobbiton. I barely saw Lord of the Rings when I got to New Zealand, just because I was like, well, I'm living here. I should watch the fucking movie.
Right.
But yeah, not a big fan of Lord of the Rings. Sorry,
Never
guys.
heard of him. I don't care either.
Speaking of hobbits, I think that's where Philly migrated from.
This one, never that. Ever. I'm the freaking giant. I'm the dragon.
Right. All right. Yeah, but what would you recommend? Like, what are the things you have to do?
Well, New Zealand has some really good hikes. So I'm not even big on hiking, but I did a couple hikes when I was out there.
That's awesome.
Beaches are really nice as well. So it's really popular to just get like a camper van
Oh.
and just like live in the van and just like travel up and down the country. It's not really
Right.
big, so you could do it in like a couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
So I did that a few times. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just like get all your shit, live in a van.
It looks pretty lush there. Like, from what I see, it's almost like a lush version of like Australia or
It's
more.
it's super green. Everything's just like really really nice landscape. It's kind of surreal sometimes. Like you wake up and you just look around and you're like, fuck, this is weird. I live here. Like
That's nice.
yeah.
What were you doing for work over there?
So I was working at a restaurant. It's called Botswana Butchery.
Ooh.
So it's like some really really fancy like steakhouse kind of shit.
Ooh, all
but
right.
It's pretty cool. We got lots of like celebrities that used to go there. It's really famous in New Zealand. So like Oprah Winfrey.
That's somewhere
was
I need to be
there.
hanging out, huh?
Peter Jackson, Sam
Oh.
Smith, like
Wow.
yeah, pretty cool. Carl Cox, I served Carl Cox. That was dope. No,
What?
just name dropping now.
Keep going. Who else?
I think that's it. Pretty much.
No, that's enough right there. That's
Yeah, but it's good because like they pay pretty good wages out there too. So like any job you can work at like a fucking cafe or something, you're still getting good money,
no.
and it's enough to like live and do shit, you know. So you can still travel around and stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, it seems like you're kind of like a traveler. I mean, you're in India and this and that. Do you have like
Yeah.
another? What's on your list of?
So
The list.
this year I'm gonna do Komodo Island for my birthday. Do like a scuba
Nice.
diving course for 5 days.
Whoa.
And then
In
we're
February?
yeah, in February.
Let's go.
And then I'm obviously going to Australia. Want to travel around there. The country's massive, so I need to just get all around Australia. And then
Nice.
I think I want to do like Puerto Rico or something at the end of this year. I'm not really sure yet, but lots of plans. I want to do Europe, but Europe's pretty expensive, so you kind of have to budget that.
Ooh.
I'm doing Japan in a couple months.
He's climbing Mount Fuji, putting the All Bad podcast
Pretty much.
flag.
They have it takes a long, like, it's not that, it's a long hike, but it's not like that intensive.
Yeah.
But it's seriously like a line of people just hiking up
Get
this
in
thing.
line.
Jesus.
Yeah, I see like pictures and it's pretty much just like an ant line, and so I'm like, but I I've traveled a lot in the United States, but
Yeah.
I haven't got, I haven't crossed the pond, as you would say, or the Pacific.
I want to travel more here in the States. So honestly, like people ask me all the time, like, oh, how is this and that and the other? And I'm like, I haven't even been to that many places in the States. I should travel my own country a bit more. But you know,
Right.
yeah, it's good.
Be out there doing big things.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And me and
awesome.
Enrique do big things. So that's why we all friends.
There you
That's
go.
why I love you, Ed. You're the man.
I've been
I'm
trying
hyped.
to I've been trying to get Philly into traveling a tad bit more.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
kind of expensive. I'm trying to run an empire, and my money goes to
I thought
my
you said
manager.
you're making $1 billion deals.
It's not
I'm
that expensive,
working on.
honestly. It just depends where you go and how you travel. So like India was really cheap. I was there for a month and I spent almost nothing. It was just really easy to get around. Really
You just got to
cheap.
get there.
Yeah, so it just depends like what kind of traveling you're trying to do, but like you can do it really cheap. Honestly, there's
Nice.
lots of cheap places to do.
Nice. Well, goals.
Thailand was cheap.
Yeah, get out there, Philly.
Don't worry.
This is a fishbowl.
Don't worry.
You trying to be the wolf of San Diego or the wolf of
the world. Oh,
Oh,
new goals.
New goals.
All right.
That's awesome. So, how's your guys' week's been?
Oh man.
Seems
Hanging
like
out with
you,
this guy.
you're probably
Pretty
just
good, yeah.
recovering
Yeah,
from
just
traveling,
all-
EDC,
Pretty much, yeah.
Hanging
living
out
with
with the
Philly
kid.
and Richard.
Cool. All bad.
The weather's not cooperating though. I remember I spent a year and a half bragging about the weather in San Diego, and then I
So
got home and I was
disappointed
like,
about
"Fuck."
that. He's like, this weather.
So shit.
Right.
San Diego, I'm gonna need you to bring the sun out because my
Supposed
boy
to rain
Ed's out.
tomorrow.
This guy.
Yeah, I know.
Everything is canceling across the world. They're like, oh no.
Well, you know how it is in San Diego.
San Diego needs to man up. Let's
yeah,
go.
A couple of raindrops and it's just
Everyone
like
freaks out.
like traffic is insane.
People forget how to
Can't
drive.
get anywhere. Yeah, people are crashing everywhere. I'm like, the apocalypse is happening. But that's cool. You guys got plans for Memorial Day weekend?
Hang out with the All Bad podcast, number 1.
All right.
What's
PB
number
today,
2?
I think, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know? You don't know the lineup today?
We're going. We're going.
Yeah,
to
we're going to PB
What we do
today.
last night?
Went to downtown, all around downtown.
All around. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was fucking good, man.
Who was your host?
the hostess
Philly
with the mostest.
Phil.
Oh, this guy. Can you describe a night out with Philly Phil for all the people that think I'm crazy?
Well, you are crazy.
Yeah,
but
there we go.
but in all the good ways, I guess.
Let's set it straight before we get into it.
First things
you
first,
are
you are
crazy.
crazy.
I'm
but-
crazy?
Uh-huh.
Why am I crazy?
You're
What do I
cra-
do? I heard I got slapped in PB the other day, so I don't want to be crazy. I
You
want
got
to be better.
slapped in PB?
Yeah, Paulo said I got slapped in PB.
Well deserved.
I don't want to do that. I'm
It's
trying to
in-
run $1 billion company. I can't be slapped in the club.
It's a blacked out mess the other
You
night.
need bouncers and stuff. You need like bodyguards.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a security guard sometimes, bro.
I need all that. I don't even like talking to people. We were trying to like walk down the street. People trying to say hi to me. I'm like, I'm trying to get my boy Ed to Diplo. All right, let's go.
But meanwhile, you're like on your phone. You're a loud person.
you don't like loud people? You're loud. Look
Okay,
at
I
the
live-
biggest voice in the world right here.
I live near all these like crazy homeless people
Oh.
that are constantly just blabbering stuff, and
Blabbering.
I'm like, is Philly outside? No, it's just some crazy guy that's
Don't blabber.
missing both shoes, a shirt, wearing his underwear only.
Never heard of him.
Classic.
Yeah,
Weirdos out there.
yeah. Diplo, that's pretty.
Yeah, Diplo was good. It's weird because I saw him at EDC and he was not that good. So I saw him last night and I was very impressed. So he turned it around.
Shout out to my boy Danny, big fan of the All Bad podcast. He came through in a major way because my boy Ed was not having fun. That's why I cried.
Oh my god! There you
So,
go. You heard it
Did
here
you really
first.
cry?
Philly
Trying to take
cries.
care of my number one friend. I'm not doing a good job. I'm not as good as
Fucking
Diplo.
Hey, he was
So-
crying yesterday too. so.
Yo, my dreams are coming true. I don't even know how to explain
Sometimes you
it.
need a couple nightmares before your dreams come true. You know,
I'm gonna be a nightmare for all these people doubting the kid.
You've been a nightmare. So.
Well, they already know it working with a monster. You're the producer over here. You're the
Right.
director. Shout out
Okay.
to my boy. Can we get into it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, my boy Enrique, All Bad Podcast finest over here. Yo, you need to hire him if you can afford him or get on the list because his work, the best.
Well,
He is-
I just want to say first before you get into it,
Okay.
like you get a really good rate.
I know.
You get like
I know. I get the best friend superstar.
you get a very good rate. So
His
continue.
price is up. His price is
No,
up.
I mean,
all
my
right,
price
you're not
is
getting
normally-
those. If you want that Philly Phil work, don't think it's easy. I'm getting the homie hookup. This is the definition of a homie hookup. This is my boy. We're building an empire from the bottom to the top. I got my team with me, and we going in. I'm
You
so
haven't
excited.
really.
Haven't-
What's the latest with Philly Phil Entertainment?
You're making music videos for me. That's what it is. They don't even know what it is. I'm not gonna tell nobody. we being quiet about it.
Okay, I know
But
you.
basically,
He's
what-
been
what'd
really
you do?
hot. He's been very hot about this whole quote about moving in silence and stuff. Meanwhile, he's the most vocal person I know. And then I'm also like, your whole business is, you want your business out there. You want to get it out there. You want to like promote it. That's your whole job. So you can't just like do things in silence. You need to vocalize what you're doing.
You don't know what I'm doing. This is what we doing. You ready?
Does anyone know what you're doing?
This is what we doing.
Do you
San
know-
Diego, everyone listening. My name's Philly Phil, and I own my own business. My own company is called Philly Phil Entertainment. And the first
Original name.
original, copywritten, all that good stuff. My boy Enrique is the director. He's shooting music videos for me. Whew, it's gonna be crazy.
You know
my
what'd be
dreams
funny?
are coming true, and I'm so hyped because of you, Enrique. Woo!
You know what'd be really funny is
Uh-oh.
if you got me really angry, and then because I know you don't have that copyrighted. If I copyright, if I
guy.
got the name taken.
Oh my gosh, here we go. All right, rule
As
number
soon as
one:
possible.
own your name. Obviously, it belongs to the rights of Enrique Dudley over here.
Yeah. So we did a couple.
What did we do yesterday?
We
Quiet
did
on the set.
We did a couple videos. One.
First of all, I didn't even know you could do all this. I mean, I know our podcast is killing the game, but your video stuff,
that was fun. That was just like I was working on
slight
that-
work. What was it? Slight work.
Slight work. It
He's
was
like,
just
yo,
fun things.
The dopest thing he did was like the last 3 seconds. I was like, what? We did all that and you just did that in like 3 seconds?
Right.
He's that good.
Right.
His price is up.
Well, I got a green screen and
Nice.
Big ass green screen. It took up the whole wall. I was like, well, we can fit everyone in DBT in here.
And I've been wanting
Let's go.
to get one for a long time, and they're really not that expensive. But I was like, now's the time. You know, I was buying a couple things on Amazon. Once the wallet's open, I'm just like, well, I might as well add 20 toothbrushes. I might as well add this
A
and that.
backdrop.
Might as well add a couple pairs of shoes, and then I'm
Got
like,
them new
green
socks
screen.
coming in.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So
The
we
Philly
did a
Phil
couple
socks coming soon.
We did a couple videos, and I definitely want to incorporate the green screen more.
Oh, you
frequently,
were having so
'cause
much fun.
There's
The
so
last
many,
3 seconds was the best part, and we didn't even do that. I was like, right here, we had a set. That's why I say quiet on the set, and we are doing this video for the. They ain't even ready.
Yeah, so hopefully we can drop that soon. I'm trying to within the next couple of days, but
No, we're gonna premiere it at the premiere. This is the premiere. I'm announcing it. It's world. I got the handshake from promo code Rodney last night. 6/6, June 6th. It's going down. The first Philly Phil event.
Oh,
So we got to be ready.
you're gonna be gone by then, right?
No, I think I'm staying for summer, so I'll
Okay.
be
Will
here.
you be there?
Yeah.
Ed's
Definitely.
Ed's gonna be there. If you
Ed.
don't come for Philly Phil
Ed.
Entertainment, come to see my boy Ed, please.
It's gonna be a busy night for me. I already told you. Like we have our buddies, the Three Amigos, in a podcast.
Yo,
they
they're
have their
killing it.
year anniversary, and they rented out a room in a brewery. So I'm gonna be doing the video
On that
shoot.
day,
Yeah, I told you.
you can't have my day.
They had the day before you had the day.
did.
They did. So, but I already told you I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna rush down to go
This
see
guy,
Philly
see?
Phil.
We got to set up. Be ready.
What? Me? What?
We setting up. We doing whatever we want to do.
Payroll's almost over, bro.
I got the green light. I know. More is coming in real quick. Investors, holla at me. Holla at me.
Yeah, he was like, "How do I get investors?" I'm like, "Well, you first need to."
You need to get started first.
He's like, "How do I just get them? I need them." Like, no, that's not how it works. You kind of.
I need money because my dreams are too big and money talks. This fool was clowning on me like 30 episodes ago, and now we're working. Now we're getting it in.
Okay, I clown on him, but I know Philly's all about his dreams and whatnot, and
He's making them come
I'm all
true.
about helping people live out their
Achieve
dreams.
their dreams.
He's doing it, and I
So-
appreciate it so much. And I'm going in, and we're gonna be number one in everything.
We are
Number one in every category.
okay. A lot of people are like, "What is this crazy guy talking about?" Looney bin.
I can show him more than I can tell him, so just get ready. They love your work, though. Promo
Okay.
code Rodney was like, oh my gosh, are you rapping?
All right.
Whoa, you haven't seen nothing yet. But he gave us the green light to do whatever we want on 6/6 at Taste and Thirst.
Nice. Okay. Well,
Whatever we want.
6/6.
Coming soon.
June 6th, coming soon alert. Get ready.
Coming soon alert. Yeah, we're gonna have.
It's on a Thursday. I don't know what you do on Thursday, but I need you there.
I already
I know what
told
you're doing,
Yeah.
but the rest of the world listening, everyone out there on Spotify, YouTube, you're invited. June 6th, Philly Phil Entertainment, Taste and Thirst. Ed's going to be there.
I'll be there.
There you go. There you go.
Enrique's going to be there.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Let's go.
It
That's
might
all
just
I
be
need
the
right
three
there.
of us.
Just us three.
It's a party.
Yeah.
What about Three Amigos in a Podcast? I heard them. They're sounding good. They're talking about me the other day. You were talking about me too.
Yeah, well,
like that.
I was on their podcast. I was a guest on their podcast because my brother's in Cancun.
That's the sports division.
No, they're not the sports division. They're their own individual podcast that they've been doing it before we have.
Do it for the pod.
So
The reason we got the pod.
yeah, so I don't know many people that have podcasts, so it's it's just good to have someone to talk to.
And he's your boy.
yeah, he's my boy, my friend.
That's the most important thing in life. Friendship.
Yeah.
Number one.
We were talking on the way over here. We went to go pick up some goodies at the liquor store, and
Ooh.
we're talking about Avengers, and you were a fan of it.
Definitely. I saw it in India, which was weird.
They
it was
didn't
like
dub it over?
Yes. No, it wasn't dubbed, but it's subtitles at the bottom. But yeah, it was interesting. I like going to movie theaters in different countries and just seeing like what the differences are. They're pretty similar, but yeah, it's they do like weird shit like chili popcorn and stuff like that. So it's
Ooh, that
kind of
sounds
like
good.
yeah, it was actually really good. But yeah, snacks, my favorite part about going to the movies.
What's your favorite snack?
I'm a candy guy, so either candy or some popcorn.
Well, what kind of candy?
Candy, I like sour candy, so
Same
Sour
here.
Patch Kids.
I'm like a Sour
or-
Patch Kids. Is my favorite candy.
Sour Patch
definitely.
Kid.
I like the watermelon one, so that's.
Oh, those are pretty good. And a
Those
lot of
are-
like the
yeah.
movie theaters will have those ones,
Yeah.
and they won't have the traditional Sour Patch Kids. So I'm all about like the gummy or like
Yeah.
or like Starburst or Skittles.
Ooh.
I'm allergic to dairy, so no chocolate for
Oh,
me. So
shit.
that's why
That's why we so different.
That's why we're so different. But yeah, I'm all about the gummies and the sour
candies.
candies,
Yeah.
especially.
Sour Patch Kids. I got you.
Or I like popcorn with like Tapatio or something,
Yeah,
and like
definitely.
jalapeno.
Jalapenos up in there.
Oh, you get that jalapeno juice all on it. It's just like,
Definitely.
Let's go to the movies.
well, yeah, we were
We were
trying to go to the
supposed to.
movie to
Yeah.
go see John Wick this morning. I'm down about it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a little lazy for me. I don't know.
Be in recovery mode probably, but
Yeah.
Recovery mode. What's that?
This morning I was kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna take it easy today. I'm gonna turn up as an old person. I
How
want
does
the
it
old
turn
person
up for the
turn
old
up?
person?
I'm not old. How
Old
old
person turn up?
Ed, how old are you?
26.
Oh, these are the prime years.
Right?
I feel like I'm getting old though, man. I was
No,
at EDC,
no.
and I felt old the second I was like, oh, my back hurts. I was like, who the fuck am I right now? My back hurts? What? I'm like stretching in the middle of the crowd, like trying to get my stretches done. It's
I
fucking
You
would-
always
bad.
stretch. You
It was
gotta
so
do a
bad.
nice stretch.
I would be the person that's just like, when I see all the, it looks like it's visually fun, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I would have a great time, but it's like the idea of getting me out there, it just doesn't look fun.
Doesn't look fun.
it-
Come on, man. I've never seen anyone miserable at EDC. Everyone's
Thank
having a
you.
good
This
time.
guy's crazy. I've been
There's a
trying to
fir-
tell him
there's a
since
There's
day
a first
one.
time for everything.
I doubt it.
I was
If
like,
you go to
let's go.
EDC,
I
I
would
guarantee
I would probably
you'll
have a
good
great time, but I would probably I would probably need
You'd
like
be leaving by 11.
I would need a year to get.
You
Well,
can
get
do
ready.
just like one day. I did that for a few years. I just
We need a
went, like, the
guide.
last
Ed, will
day.
you be our guide? The All Bad
One day.
Podcast.
Of course.
Yeah.
Got this.
Let me know when you're ready because we got a guide. It's a.
Wow, I'm gonna be 32 next year. I'll be 32 next year.
That's fine.
I don't know.
I went.
Have you
I
seen
went,
like old guys
yeah.
at EDC?
So we were with one of our friends. He went with his dad. So him and his dad went together.
What?
His dad is like the coolest guy ever. He's
I don't know. I know
fucking
some pretty cool
raging
dads.
just like us. So it was,
But
yeah.
he was at EDC.
Yeah, fuck yeah. There's old and young, everything. Everyone's there.
Everyone loves EDC.
the
except for
vibe
Enrique.
looks awesome. Everyone looks like they're, it looks like it's a
Pasties
place
everywhere, rave booty everywhere. How do you not want to go?
I'm a taken man.
There we go.
so,
That's right.
I would be
Obviously.
walking
But
around.
besides that, the best music, the biggest DJs, and never heard of them now, but they got the biggest artists on the planet there, right?
Yeah, definitely. The
Yeah.
talent is always good.
Always. You got to have talent. You got to be.
Again, I would probably. It's like roller coasters. I hate roller coasters, but once I'm like on a roller coaster and
hate
I'm
roller
done,
coasters.
it's that.
I've
it's-
never rid one.
It's the anxiety
So bad.
of waiting in line, and then the anxiety of you going like roller coasters that just start from wherever,
Give me the
and then they
chills.
just go.
Not
I'm fine
about
with
it.
those, but the
Yeah.
ones that have like that long like every time it hits
Every
a little
click?
click, I get a little
Ooh.
like my heart beats, and I'm just like but once I'm done, I'm like that was fun, and then I'll have anxiety for the next one. It's just how I am. I think that I would have a great time at EDC.
You definitely would.
It's more of a-
Everybody does.
It's more of like in our group, I'm kind of like
The responsible.
I'm the responsible one. I'm
The
like
guy
the
that has to
leader.
manage- the leader. He's
I'm
the
one
leader.
that,
The
I'm one
maximum
that-
effort.
I'm the chaperone, so I'm
500
always like
jobs,
worried about
busy.
like making sure that everyone's with us. Everyone's like,
That's why we got a
safe.
guide. He'll make sure we're safe.
okay, I don't want
I
to.
got you. Next year.
Have you been to EC with Philly?
Yeah. I think it was my second or third one, but yeah. I
That's
went
when
with
we
Philly.
became friends right there.
It was.
How many
wild.
music
pretty-
festivals have you been to? Coachella?
No, I've not been to Coachella. I've done EDC, Hard Summer, like all the raves here around San Diego, LED and all that, but I haven't done
Nice.
Coachella.
That's
I
all
want
he
to
wants
do
to do.
Coachella though.
That's all he wants to do is rave. My little rave
I love
baby.
raves.
I'm so proud of him.
Do you
When we
wear
went
like
to
candies and
EDC?
stuff? And
Oh yeah,
do you
the
wear
full thing. Yeah,
you wear little nipple things?
yeah, exactly. Pasties every time.
Pasties.
Yep.
My boy Ed goes to battle. He had like the mask, the headband, got that whole rave swag.
What would you recommend? What's the appropriate gear? Like,
I mean,
Look-wise.
usually it's hot, so I always have to wear shorts, tank top, some fly socks. I
fly
always have a
socks?
bandana.
Mean sock game.
You want a face mask too if it's dusty.
Ooh, there we
ooh,
go.
I got allergies, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
definitely wear a mask.
I'm gonna need a respirator.
Bring your inhaler, you'll be fine, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, guys, it's dusty. The pollen count out here is through the roof.
It was weird though, because this year it was cold, so it was like the first EDC I've been to that was actually cold.
Oh.
So I'm dressed for like hot weather, and it was freezing. I had to buy a jacket. It was
That's why he
terrible.
came with his E EDC.
$75 fucking jacket. It's
It's
ridiculous.
fly though. Looks like
Yeah, it
$75.
So bad.
Gosh, they got you guys on that one.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they fucking did.
Yeah.
Well, we can go to
Has
the
it ever
Philly
rained?
Phil hoodies. $75.
At EDC, I mean, not any of the ones I've been to, I'm sure before, but
gosh.
yeah, it was probably they shut down on the second day. They had to shut down the main stage because the
What?
winds were so high. So like they had to close the main stage, and apparently like one of the speakers fell over, and it was just like really bad. But the
Wow.
weather was really bad this year.
This guy bringing bad weather everywhere, huh?
I know, what the hell?
What's going on,
You
Mr.
brought
PB?
it.
I did. I'm gonna take full blame for that, honestly.
Is there any sort of like things that you picked up in New Zealand that you kind of are like now part of you? Like, is there any words or is there any?
I say a lot of the phrases that they say. Like I was saying mate for everything instead of dude. Like, you know,
Mate?
here we say dude, but over there I was like, mate, come on, like this and that. Like you pick up, it's weird. Like accents are contagious, so you kind of pick up like these little things people say or like phrases that they say. So yeah, I kind of pick some of that up. People have called me out on it already. Too.
Accents are definitely one of the weird. It's just the idea that people wherever
change
you
your voice.
no wherever you live, you know you're
crazy.
a product of your environment.
There
Philly.
we go. I told you. That's what that means.
It's
No,
crazy,
Philly
man.
came to me. He's like, "What does product of your environment mean?" I'm like, "Come on, Philly."
I mean, I know what it means, but I didn't know what it means.
But it's just weird how there's all these different places, like little, even in California, you
Yeah.
know, with the Bay and Southern
Accents are totally
California.
different.
It's just weird how, and everyone knows it too. And I
Yeah.
know people that move places and
Yeah.
then they pick up the dialect there or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's crazy because I met so many like people from England, and they can live like half an hour away from each other, but their accents are completely different. So it's like anywhere you go, everyone has like a slightly different accent. So it's bizarre.
It
But
is.
It's really cool though.
That
I
is
love
cool.
accents, honestly. The French accent.
I love accents.
Gets me.
If a girl has an accent, I'm in love. Number one.
What's your favorite accent?
Ooh, I like them all. I don't even know. I hear them all the time, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? They're all like just coming everywhere. San Diego's a big place. There's
They
so
could
many
have a
like.
stroke and be like,
Ooh, that
No,
accent.
I'm talking about all these beautiful girls from all over the world coming to the city I am representing, San Diego. This place is full of them.
The
I met
French
girls from
accent is
French girls.
amazing.
I saw an Australian one. What's the one? The German one. The like real tough one, but like beautiful. Like, ooh, they're different out here.
yeah.
Turn up for once. Where's
People
my
hate
girl?
people hate the New Zealand accent, the Kiwi accent. People hate it so much, but I don't know. I like it. I like all accents. It's fine.
All accents. Awesome.
Is there? It seems like, well, at least from someone that has never been there, and I just kind of whatever I see and hear,
Yeah.
it seems like there's kind of like a rivalry between New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, definitely. They're so close, and they're so similar, but they want to be so different from each other. So
Right.
they have this like animosity towards each other all
Right.
the time. It's really funny to see though.
Yeah,
Nice.
I forgot. It was someone that we met, and he had an accent, and so we said Australian. He's like, and then he went in. He's like, "No, I'm from New Zealand." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
It sounded like that.
They sound the same to me, honestly. Like even after living there for a while, like if two of them came, one from Australia, one from New Zealand, and they both talked to me, I wouldn't be able to differentiate them.
Uh-huh.
But they think it's the biggest difference. They're like, no way, I don't sound like I'm from Australia. I'm like,
Yeah.
you kind of do, but like, it's the same shit. But okay, yeah, they hate that.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Gosh.
Are you ready for today?
I think so.
You're talking about all this New Zealand amazing stuff, but I'm gonna need you to be ready for today. These are crazy stories.
I do have another important question,
Uh-oh.
and it's it's just part of who I am. The food, like, is there dishes? Is there traditional? I don't know what the food is like out there.
I mean, New Zealand doesn't. I wouldn't say they have like traditional dishes, but they're really big on like certain things. So like meat over there is huge. Like lamb. Lamb is probably the most famous thing from New Zealand. It tastes different to any other lamb I've ever tasted in my life. But yeah, they're super big on like grass-fed, organic, blah blah blah, all this shit. But it's weird too with food. Like so everything. Obviously, New Zealand is just like this small island in the middle of nowhere. So everything there is seasonal.
Nice.
So if it's not in season, you can't get it. And so like some things like limes that people want all year long, there would be times. I remember I went to the grocery store one time and it was like, I think it was $67 for a kilo of limes.
Whoa.
Like just because
What?
it wasn't in season, they didn't have any, so the
price went
The
up.
price went
Wow.
way up. So like even at the restaurant I was working at, we weren't ordering limes just because it's so expensive. So everything there is seasonally. It's good, but the food is really good. But I wouldn't say they have like a certain dish, like,
Right.
like they don't really do anything specific to New Zealand other than I would say like lamb.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Well,
the
I buy
food
a
is
lot of
amazing,
like
though.
I'll buy like beef, and a lot of it's
Yeah.
imported from New Zealand.
Yeah.
So
they're-
it'd be like grass fed, and which
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
I try to
exactly.
incorporate a little bit of that in my diet.
Yeah. So yeah, I worked at the restaurant, and they're super big on like organic, grass fed, this and that, and
Oh, I like
yeah.
that.
So they really take care of their livestock out there. I
Well,
guess.
that's good. Yeah, I'm about that.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
I
good
need
though.
to go out there, Philly. It's on my list. Like I
You should.
I
Man,
need to
honestly.
do more traveling, and we talked about Australia, and then
Yeah.
New
Australia's the
Zealand.
goals. Australia.
Yeah,
We're going.
You guys should definitely go to Australia. I'll be
Aus-
there this year.
Australia
I'll be in Sydney,
looks.
so.
You always hear
What about
like
Brazil?
Brazil, yeah, I met lots of people from Brazil when I was living in New Zealand. So, Brazil's on my list as well. I have such a long list. So honestly, there's so many
Brazil.
places I want to go.
Well,
but
that's
yeah.
good though. Like
Yeah.
I feel like San Diego seems big, but then again, it's just a dot on the map.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Small
crazy
place.
how much land there is, how many things you can see,
Yeah.
and it's to each of their own what they want to do with their life and what they what they want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like my family, they love traveling, but they only love going to like Hawaii.
Yeah.
They go like back and forth. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
sister lives out in Maui and stuff. So, but that's like what they consider travel. Like that's what they love to do. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's so much more of the world you can
Yeah.
see.
I want
World's a
to
big
try and do
place.
like the more, I don't want to say difficult, but like the less traveled places while I'm young.
Yeah,
'cause that's
definitely.
like the time to do it.
Yeah.
I can go to Hawaii or France or something
Yeah, you
like
can
that when
do
I'm
that.
older.
Right.
But like going to Thailand or India, like you kind of need to be more agile and able to do it because it's pretty intense some of these places. So
Yeah.
I want to get all of those out of the way
That's
when I'm
awesome.
young, and then do the other ones when I'm older.
Yeah, we got to do perhaps maybe an international DBT trip.
Ooh,
There you go. Do
coming
it.
soon.
Australia, I think that should be your next move, guys. I'll be
Yeah.
in Sydney in probably
I
September.
would be down to
so
do it.
I'm down.
You should, man.
There's a lot of things like I want to go.
I've always wanted to go.
I want to do the shark cage thing, which we've looked at. Africa is kind of on the list too, and then like
Yeah.
South
My brother got
Africa.
to go and hold a koala. I want to hold a koala.
Yeah,
Jump around with kangaroos.
but it seems like there's a lot of just you see these articles where it's just like the craziest things happen in Australia.
Yeah.
They got like the
Oh, yeah.
biggest snakes. They got the
Whoa,
biggest.
I'm
They
not
have
about
the
they
that.
got
most
sharks
dangerous
everywhere.
fucking spiders and snakes
Right.
and
It's
all
just
that.
like what?
It was cool because New Zealand doesn't really have like that many dangerous things. So
Nice.
I remember I was working at the restaurant, and so we had to load up the firewood, and it was nighttime. Obviously, we don't use gloves or anything. We're just loading up the firewood. And there's these people from Australia, and they're like, you would never do that in
Yeah.
Australia. There's so many spiders and
like
so
the
many
real life
dangerous
Jumanji or
things.
something.
Yeah, and they're like, you would never without gloves or anything. Like you're crazy.
Ooh.
That's New Zealand though. There's nothing really dangerous there, so you can kind of just
That's
do
good.
shit like that. But yeah, Australia has lots of crazy spiders and snakes and things I'm not a fan of. But I mean,
You
I
not
wanna see
about
the
that life,
country.
Billy?
We're gonna see the nice parts. I don't want to see no things that hurt
Philly,
me.
what's like the most crazy animal you've seen or
Seen
been-
alligators?
Okay, we barely. But the alligator we saw was like 2 feet. It was so tiny.
It's a baby.
Well, what do you,
Alligators do kind of like. I have nightmares of being dropped out in like the bayou and like the swamps, and just being out there where it's like low water, and I just don't know what's below.
Yeah.
Like there's something about that just.
Ooh.
Mm.
Careful there.
Yeah.
Careful.
Oh man, I'm starving.
You ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat.
All right.
Well,
The boys ready?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up in a couple minutes. Man. What do we talk about? This is like free. We're free.
We're freestyling.
We're
right now.
freestyling.
Freestyling's not so easy, is it?
Okay, well we're 35 minutes in as
Ooh,
opposed.
that's good. We're good.
And
35.
Ed went from like didn't want the headphone. The headphones do get a little hot though. Eventually when we want to
Just wanted to hear
like
myself.
we want to evolve to nicer headphones, but it's weird hearing yourself.
It is.
and
This is
the
pretty
first time
bizarre.
doing it, you got these lights everywhere.
It's intimidating.
It's
It's
a
It is
weird
scary.
thing.
Very intimidating.
Look at that
yeah.
camera over there. That's intense.
I'm trying not to look.
We're working with a monster over there.
But then after a while, you kind of get used to it, and it's just you have a couple drinks and
Ready
Yeah,
to go.
ready
You
to
sound
go.
good, Ed. I'm glad you got on the freaking podcast.
real cool.
Yeah.
Just so that we get a little bit of the all bad
Flavor?
podcast flavor to it. What's
The
your favorite
nuggets?
movie?
That's a broad question.
You gotta be
Um,
careful. This guy's movie game is.
Yeah, my movie game sucks.
Are you not a movie person?
No, I am, but I'm.
He doesn't know names.
Yeah. I mean, probably just.
Do you have like a
the-
style of film you prefer?
Yeah,
Are you
I
a
like
com-
superhero movies, all that stuff. So.
Oh, who's your favorite
That's where we're
superhero?
friends.
Probably Black Panther was really good. I mean, that was.
You're gonna meet him
Definitely
today.
stuck there.
Brandon's here.
Black
You're gonna meet him
We're
today.
gonna have Brandon and Renell. It's gonna
Ooh.
be like it's Black Panther and Killmonger.
Oh no! And it was like that last time. Woo! All bad.
What do you mean?
What do you mean all bad? You remember last time we hung out with everybody?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
That's the
So,
all bad aftermath special.
All bad.
Yeah.
The reason we're called the All Bad Podcast because I'm not saying last time we had special guest alert, they dropped their I don't know what they did. They messed this thing up. Let's just say that. So that's
no,
all bad.
No, I think I get asked that all the time, like why we call it all bad, and I have to like tell them because they think that it's like some X-rated podcast. I'm like, no, it's just you're kind of at this. You get to a point, you start throwing out names, and of course, when you're trying to think of a podcast name, nothing sticks. Originally we were going to be Cocktails, but that didn't end up working.
Glad that didn't work out.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
And then Philly has his phrases.
Yeah.
I can't
Gotta
wait for
have
the
them
Philly Phil
phrases.
action figure where you just like hit 3 buttons.
Ooh,
It's like,
ready?
Never
Coming
heard
soon.
of ya. All bad. Turn up one time though.
There you
It's
go.
like a Woody doll. But then, we just kind of all bad is kind of the thing he says for good things and bad things. So just like let's just go with it.
Just go with
It
it.
works. It works.
But since then, a lot of people they ask me like, what? I don't know if this is something you should be doing. Is it a bad podcast? I'm like, no, we just talk.
We do it for the
family
pod.
friendly.
Yeah.
Family friendly.
Yeah, I'm like, for the most part, and then one thing is like, do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
No, not really.
Yeah, well, I'm like I pretty much don't listen to, I'll listen to like music when it's like that 3 o'clock hour and I just need like something to pick me up or working out. But the rest of the day is listening to podcasts, and you're listening to podcasts from like celebrities, and they're just kind of at that point in their life where they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
They can say whatever you want, but I'll say something and then, my buddy will hit me up. So I heard you talking smack about me on the pod. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's weird.
Well, you start, your circle.
When you know the people,
It is. And it's like, I don't, I'm not in the industry of just crapping on people and, their
No
stories
one
are
likes a
their
hater.
stories and I'd love to have
Captain
them come
Considerate over here.
on. Yeah.
I love it.
Philly's all about just taking names and spitting out drama.
I gotta have a list.
Yeah.
Gotta have a list.
So you're saying Black Panther. Yeah,
Yeah.
you like that one?
Marvel
Oh,
universe is. Yeah.
yeah.
Me and Ed used to always go to the movies at Mission Valley. He was like one of the originators of Movie Mondays. After a long weekend, we'd hit that AMC, get them points from the Stubbs cards.
Points.
Get them points though.
Oh man, that AMC, I hate that AMC.
Why?
I just have AMC as in general because it's pretty much
5-star only.
it's the biggest movie theater. It's whatever. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
But every time I go there, there's like little kids there.
It's
and,
bad. Get
and
them out of here.
I don't know if I told this story on this podcast. I was on a date when I was like in high school.
When we're single once upon a time.
No,
I don't know when that was.
it was my like
You
first,
went on a date?
It was my first girlfriend, like back in the day when I was in high school.
High school days.
And we're sitting watching a movie, and there's a couple rows up, and to the left there's like 12 hooligans, as I would call them.
Hooligans.
They were troublemakers. They were, first of all, they were like talking during everything. I'm like, I'm one of those people. I'm
Captain
all about the
Considerate.
movies. That's my church.
Yeah.
When I go there, shut up, don't talk. You know, I got Philly over here. Oh. I'm like,
exciting.
are you in the scene? Are you in the scene?
I wanna
Don't
be.
say nothing.
I'm
Just
not a fan of when people talk during a movie. Fuck, that really grinds my gears. Like, I
movies
just
or
wanna-
like busting out the phone and just like
yeah.
I hate when people get on
there's
their
this
phone.
It's like a light. It's a light tower. Just everyone can see it. It takes me out of the movie for a second. I'm all about that experience. I'm like, this is why I'm here in the first place. I could have done this at my house, and it would have been free. But I'm sitting in this, and we're sitting in the off to the side, and we're watching the movie, and all of a sudden I feel something hit my face. I'm like, I go like
Was it?
this. It was a little spitball.
Ugh.
And I kind of like looked back because at first I was like, well, if it's one person, you know, maybe I can talk to him. And I turn and it's like 12 people. I'm like, well,
Ooh.
that's an ass beating if I ever seen one.
Oh.
And so I just kind of like look forward. And my girlfriend at the time, she was like Puerto Rican and Italian, so very high temper. She'd be like trying to fight everyone. And so I'm like, just pretend it didn't happen. Just pretend it was a fluke. They were pulling their straw out and spitball came
Pretend
out.
it didn't happen.
And then I feel like 3 of them hit my face. I'm like, for the whole movie, by the time I was done, it looked like I had like white pimples all over my face.
Oh man.
And I just couldn't do anything. I was like, I'm so done with I'm so
Bro, you
done
gotta
with
tell them. Some people were in my seats the other day on Mother's Day. I was like, excuse me, you guys are in my seat. I'm like, you can't sit there? No, because that's not my seat. I paid for these ones. It's Mother's Day. Get out of the way.
Yeah, well, at the same time,
At the same time, what? They're in your seat.
they were kids looking for trouble.
Doesn't matter if they're kids. You better tell
And
them.
I was a kid.
Come
I was
on,
like,
Captain
the
America,
last thing you want to
gotta
do
hit 'em
on
with the
last thing you want to
Avengers
do on your
Assemble.
date is get your ass
Get your ass
beat.
kicked.
That would look really bad. Even
That'd be
that,
all bad.
and it was like a guarantee. There was 12 of them.
12 of them?
12 of them.
You couldn't be like, yo, what the?
They were like a firing squad. They were just hitting me. I was like,
Pretending you didn't feel
and
it.
I was like on Twitch, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know. There's like a fly in here." So,
12 versus Enrique. Oh, man.
yeah.
Messed up your date. You played
the-
it like a champ,
The seat
though.
thing. One thing I really like about movies now is like a lot of them have the reserved seats.
Not everything's reserves. It's terrible.
Well, I like to go to a movie theater that has it, just because I don't like to wait in line. I deal with like whatever, some sort of anxiety or something. So I'm all about like, we got to get there early. I got to get my seats. I like to sit on the aisle, so I don't want to be inside. I don't want to look
Don't
at
worry.
anyone.
I'm so hyped for this. When are you coming to the Rooftop Cinema Club?
On Saturday, I got my
Ooh.
La La Land. That's my
There you
favorite
go.
movie.
I
ever.
got you. Don't even worry. You're going to get the ultimate premium, flyest,
I better not.
best
See, I
premiere.
better not get any spitballs. I
No
swear.
spitballs. Don't worry. We're going to get you a tape. Oh, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. Saturday,
No,
La La
he
Land?
isn't. I'm gonna be like, Philly. Can I? He'll
Never
be,
heard of him.
He'll be gone. He'll
Sorry.
be like, oh, I called out that day or something.
Oh, it is on a Saturday. I don't know if I'm working, but I got you. Don't worry.
What else do you have to do? $1 million deals.
I might.
Okay,
Working on it.
let's start off with $1. Let's start off with
$1.
that first event.
That first event, 6/6, June 6th. Let's get it.
Yes, we'll get it. But real quick, yeah. So real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, the reserve seating is huge.
Reserve
In
seating.
India, you pay for like they have different price tiers, so you can get like the nicer seats, and those cost the most. But everything's like reserve seating, so we had to pay for like mid-grade seats just because we didn't want the shitty ones. But yeah, everything's like reserve seats, and you have to pay for the good ones pretty much.
Right.
So it's weird.
That's
Nothing worse than when people sitting in your seats.
that's how it is at sporting. I love going to the baseball game. Every single time I go, there's someone sitting in my seats, and what I usually do is, if it looks like it's gonna be a game where there's a lot of people, like not a lot of people, I'm like, oh, I'll sit somewhere else, and then it just becomes this game where I sit somewhere, and of course the people that had those seats,
yeah.
they're like, can you get out of my seats? And then I like have to tell the people to get out of my seats, and then they always look at me like, go find somewhere else to sit. I'm like, these are my seats.
Get out
These
of the
are
seats.
my seats. You were in nosebleed that you paid $9 for. I paid for these.
I paid for these.
It's like that at every I have to deal with this all the time, like at music concerts too, especially because I like the aisle seats, and so people will try to like sit in the aisle, like get, don't even look at them.
Get him out of here.
Move down.
Don't even look at him.
Don't even look at you. Go.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
You go 20 people in. I'm all about. I need this aisle seat. That's what's most important to me is having an aisle seat
Gotta have that aisle seat.
because I just drink a lot of liquids.
Make sure I get you a
Quick
aisle
exit.
seat at the Rooftop Cinema
It's
Club.
something about being old. You'll realize in a couple
I'll get
years.
there one day.
It's just like you drink it goes in and comes out. It's
Straight
just,
through you.
just constantly. I might as well. It's gonna be a few more years before I need Depends or something. I don't know.
Oh no! Hopefully not. You
how
gotta be
much,
touring
how much
the
to wear a
world.
Depend and just relieve yourself?
No, never,
$1,000.
never.
Really, Ed?
I would do it for $1,000.
Are we talking number 1 and number 2?
Number one, bro. I'm not gonna shit myself. I'm sit in my own shit. Sorry.
How much to wear?
That's why we're the All Bad
How
Podcast.
much- okay, yeah.
That's why we're the All Bad Podcast, right there.
Billy, how much just to wear a Depend during a movie and pee yourself?
Not happening. Why are you asking me these crazy questions?
Yeah.
Not happening.
Come on.
No, not $1,000. I'm
Come
good.
on. $5,000.
Bro, I'm shooting music videos.
$1 million.
I ain't got time for this.
$1 million?
I would
Maybe.
shit myself for $1 million.
Yeah, I would be too. I would just
I don't
like,
know. We'll see.
Whatever you want. I'll
yeah,
do it.
we'll see. That means a yes.
We'll see. Talk to my lawyer.
Talk to your manager. Oh man, nothing like. Oh
So Rooftop Cinema Club, I got you. Aisle seat.
yes,
La La Land, your favorite movie?
I love that movie.
Well, we have these love seats. I hope they're like
I ordered the love seat.
unlimited popcorn.
Better be good.
Better be good.
I read that you should like bring your own snacks.
You could bring whatever you want.
Well,
I got you.
because they're like it's expensive. I'm like, well,
Bro, I was just telling him our candy's not even that expensive. It's like $5.
Okay, well I can go to the 99-cent store and get like the big thing of Sour Patch Kids.
Bring them. Bring
Well,
it
I'm
all.
going to.
Bring all your own stuff. It's all good.
Yeah, this week's gonna be. I got a comedy show on Friday, and then
Nice.
Big things.
big things.
Speaking of
Yeah,
comedy
you can go to
show,
the comedy show.
yeah. What's up?
It's
shout out to my boy
$9.
Chip. I'm down.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Chip and his podcast. They shouted me out. Got
Yeah,
some dope pictures.
when's it dropping?
Everyone keeps asking me. He just took the pictures. I need to ask him. He was supposed to send
Well,
me
it's
a
kind
link,
of
but he never did.
important, you know. It's like I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, it was awesome. It was just stories.
Mainly, I just don't want you talking crap about our podcast.
I know, definitely
This is
not.
way better. You're shooting inside of an actual
No,
establishment.
I was like, step your podcast game up.
We're in the Saw room. We're in.
They have a nice little backdrop. I give them that.
Well, that's not where they actually shoot their podcast.
I know it's not like it's made at their house or anything, but
Yeah.
it was awesome.
You did tag the wrong place.
I did.
Yeah.
I can't even.
You put Comedy Store, which is.
Not the Comedy Palace.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm sorry, Philly. It's like saying you went to. What is it? What's
Where are we going today? Mavericks?
a crappy club downtown? Don't shout them out because you might
no,
lose that deal.
yo, shout. Okay, I learned the most valuable thing in life and being a CEO.
What?
Never announce something before it happens and deal with freaking B-listers, C-listers. I need to talk to the boss. I need to talk to the owner. Owner recognizes owner. I'm only talking with bosses from now on because I had a deal. I was ready to launch for 6/6 and it was hype. I was so excited. It was my first deal I got on my own and I wrote it up and I told everybody about it. And me and this guy are getting a haircut and he hits me up. But he don't even call me. If you have bad news, call me. Call me and say, yo, I'm sorry to say what you were hype about is not happening.
Right.
When I sat with him in his studio and was like, yo, do you want to do this? This is what I'm about. He's like, I like this. I'll give you 50. I'll give you 50. No, you won't. You ain't giving me 50. You're shutting down my deal. So I'm mad. But I went to my boy, promo code Rodney, and I was like, yo, this is what happened. He's like, don't worry about it. Happens. You could throw it a taste. Still on track. Still on. Moving. Moving. Making it happen. Moving. It's just like sometimes you just not prepared for that rug to get swept right from you, and you
That's
can't
life.
do nothing.
Everything
life.
happens. There's
Happens,
so
man.
many things in life that just like, oh, this happens, and it
Life's not
doesn't
fair,
matter if you're making $20 deals, making a handshake with your buddy, or making $1 million moves. That's just how life works, unfortunately.
Learning about life here, it's hard.
I know. It's
Creating a business is hard. Hard work.
Philly.
This is why not everybody does it.
Well, most businesses, I think it's like 90% of businesses go under in the first year.
What?
What? Don't be telling me this. I'm only 2 weeks in.
I'm gonna have a 10-year reunion and be like, damn, you did this for 10 years?
Wow. You're going to be in your casket. When are you retiring from the partying game?
10 years. Oh, I'm retiring real quick. I'm just gonna be a CEO and just be at meetings. I'm not gonna have time
I
to
thought
party.
you're already a CEO.
I mean, hanging out with other CEOs, owners.
I think he just likes the idea. We should do a drinking game. How many times every time Philly says owner or CEO,
Are those the magic words?
you love CEO.
Because that's what I am. I own my own business.
Most people that I know that own their business, they never use the term CEO because it's often used in like a corporate environment. Like
Oh, I'm not corporate?
you don't have a corporation.
Philly Phil Entertainment is about to be the biggest business in the planet.
Okay. So you're promoting a couple of nightclubs in San Diego as opposed to why not global?
We're going global. We got a guide. His name's Ed.
We got a guy. I got a guy. His name's Ed.
He'll show us the rest of the world.
I'm Ed.
I'm gonna be the wolf of San Diego.
Show you the world.
There we go, Aladdin. #1 movie in the box office.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
looking for. I'm gonna go see it on Wednesday with
Okay.
my buddy.
How
but
much money is it gonna make? You think?
I think it's gonna make.
I mean, it got
One-
Will Smith, but
I think
everyone was
it's gonna.
hating on him.
I think it's gonna make
Let's see.
200.
200?
200.
No way. Really? Aladdin? Memorial Day weekend?
I,
It's raining?
my first.
Ed's here?
We're only in
The
San
All Bad
Diego.
podcast is on?
I don't think they can show it in like a lot of places though. Like a lot of people, they have issues with selling movies around the world. Like China, I guess, if it has any sort of magic, you can't show the movie. I don't know if
What?
genies.
Count.
He's
yeah.
all magic.
Well, yeah, I don't know. And then China is a huge
Market.
huge
Yeah.
market. So it's it'll be interesting. My first thought, because I just don't know, and especially I was gonna go 145, but I might go 200 just because
Ooh. You believe in it.
I
The hype
believe
is
it.
real. There
well,
ain't nothing else to do.
I crap on Will Smith a lot.
Hate on my boy.
I have nothing against Will Smith as a person. I have everything to do with like he's an overrated actor.
Yeah.
He's overrated
Why? Why is he overrated?
because
He's the best.
He's the best.
He is.
This guy's gonna fight for Will Smith. He's the best.
This guy said Jamie Foxx is a better actor than Will Smith.
He is.
Never heard of you.
I had the same I had the same, and I understand a lot
Didn't
of people.
Jamie Foxx make Robin Hood again?
He did.
The remix? Jamie Foxx was in Booty Call.
Okay.
Will Smith was in Bad Boys 1,
And
2,
Wild
Men in
West.
Black, Wild Wild West. I love that. Jim West, Desperado.
It's a crappy movie.
This guy.
Did you see the sequel, Concussion?
Oh, don't worry about that. Have you ever heard of I Am Legend?
Okay.
That's a great movie.
The
The Pursuit of Happiness.
I just think about it like this. Okay. Will Smith was supposed to play.
He makes one bad movie and
Will
you
Smith,
never heard of him.
Will Smith was supposed to play Neo in The Matrix. Would he have been a better? Would he have done better than Keanu Reeves?
no.
No. Django was originally given to Will Smith.
He didn't want it.
But do you think Will Smith would have been a better Django
Yeah.
than Jamie Foxx?
Okay, those are two weird movies that. Who was the star of Django? Who's the star?
Jamie Foxx.
Are you sure it wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
It wasn't Quentin Tarantino's movie? He's the star. You're the star. You're my Quentin Tarantino.
This guy's going crazy. I want to put this argument.
Enrique
I want to
Tarantino.
put this argument to rest. Again, it's your opinion, my opinion.
It's what's right.
Yeah, it's
All
fine.
right, it's
And
all
I
good.
think Will Smith has a larger body of work. So I think, yeah, just
In
'cause
case
you
he's
have a-
watching it, you gave him props.
Okay, no, again, I got nothing against Will Smith. I think Will Smith is a great person. He's a great entertainer, but in terms of his acting abilities, I definitely think he's not
I mean, I love
A
Jamie
level.
Foxx.
Not that I'm saying Jamie Foxx is
level?
top, but I just think he has a better acting ability.
Who's
over
your favorite actor?
my favorite actor? I don't know.
Who has the best range? Who does the best movies? Who makes the most money?
I don't know. I like Robert De Niro.
Well, duh. He's the Godfather, of course.
Okay, duh. Well, Will Smith could have.
He's in the top 5.
Who?
Will Smith.
No way.
He's not top 5?
No way. Get out of here. Get out of Denzel Washington's way better than
Yeah, because he's number 1. Gosh.
I think maybe we could save this argument for another podcast.
Can't wait. All right.
We could have James on too because he really loves every time we meet somebody. It's like, hey, I'm James. Who's better? Oh, Jamie Foxx or Will Smith? I'm like, hey now.
Let's do a show vote today. We're going to keep track.
I don't care. I don't care. Again, you're not going to change my mind. I'm going with it. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with that you think Will Smith is better.
All right, good. He
You
is
know,
better.
He's better. I heard he did a great job as Genie, so that's great.
We're going to sing the
Did you
song.
hear that? I've heard mixed reviews. I've
Mixed
heard,
reviews
like,
already? It just came out
I mean,
yesterday.
it would
Yeah, but I don't know.
it would
People
support
said it's really cheesy, like his.
it would support
thing.
my brand if they crapped on Will Smith. But I'm like, you know what? I would prefer to. I don't want any movie to be crappy. You know, a lot of people put hard work into it. I want.
Oh, Captain Considerate. I don't want no movie to flop. I want them all to do great. There's
down.
only one number 1 in the box office, and that's number 1.
Yeah, well, no one else-
Aladdin.
Yeah, well, no one else is gonna release a movie when Aladdin is.
That's what they try to
coming out.
do.
Yeah, no
What do they
one's-
call it when it's like opposite?
opposites.
Like Avengers came out, and then like the movie about girls came out. It's like the opposite. What do they call that?
There was girls in the Avengers.
Well, I know that's a Universal big movie, but they always do like the opposite to try to like counter programming, I guess.
I don't know. Oh, that Hustler movie.
There you
That
go.
looks so bad.
See,
Well,
So
first,
bad.
it's a remake.
they're all remakes.
Okay.
Nothing's
Anyways,
original anymore.
let's get on with our day. Let's
ready
enjoy
for
our
the day?
Memorial Day. It's a
DBT
nice.
day out.
it's a
Mary
nice
Kate's
cloudy
on the beach.
day.
Memorial Day weekend. Ed's in town. Ooh, it's going
Oh,
down.
yeah,
I'm
we're,
so
at, we're at
excited.
the hour mark. You made it, Ed.
I
You
made
made
it.
it. How do you
survive my first podcast?
You feel a lot more
I
comfortable.
feel accomplished now.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, maybe we could have you on.
Episode 35.
We got to
There you
have
go.
you on again before you leave, because
Definitely.
we'll probably we can have like a. Even though this was kind of fun, just
Freestyling?
Freestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to get him some talking points. He was nervous. He was like, I need some talking points. And he just freestyled the whole thing. I love it.
Well, again, I didn't have any talking points. We just had to go with it.
Just go.
gotta
We got
freestyle it
time.
sometime.
Time is
Pretty
money.
much to sum it up, Philly would not wear a diaper,
What? No, never.
And Will Smith sucks.
and Will Smith sucks.
It's not the highlights of the show.
Anyways, Philly, you want to plug your business because I know it's very important.
Nope, I want to be quiet about it.
Okay.
Come to the event June 6th.
Here's a guy that has a business that wants to keep quiet about it so that no one knows what's going on.
Shh. 6/6, you'll find out.
6-6.
Taste and Thirst. Promo code Rodney. I love you.
I think you should be hyping it now.
It's hype. The hype is right now. It just got the date. We going in.
We just know the date. We're like, what's going on this date?
good. Show up.
All right.
My
Whatever.
boy Enrique's making the flyer.
Oh,
My
yeah.
boy Enrique's making the business that's going to take over the world. I'm telling you now, episode 35.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Get ready for our 100th episode on the rooftop of the biggest club in the world
All right. So
in San Diego.
episode 35. Again, you can find us on.
Every platform, the
every
biggest platforms in the
platform.
world. We got my boy Ed.
Yes. Thank you, Ed, for coming out.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
for
Ed.
having
Great
me,
having a
guys.
guest. We haven't had a guest in a while.
Special guest alert, my boy Ed. If you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
get on the All Bad podcast and be a special guest alert, talk to Enrique. Get on the list. The list is pretty long.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of superstars in line,
Yeah.
but
No, but it was good talking about traveling, trying
traveling
to.
the world,
trying to
surviving EDC.
You might have persuaded me to go to EDC next year.
What?
We'll see.
Mission complete.
We'll see.
Let's
We'll
get
all I
it.
want.
We'll
Give
do
me
an
an
all
intro
bad
tomorrow.
podcast on EDC.
I told him, let's get it.
Yeah, but nonetheless, this is episode 35 in the books.
Ooh, we did it.
yeah.
Freestyling.
And we'll talk to you all next week.
Till the next episode.
All right. Peace.
Adios.
Peace.
Peace.